Hey guys, Greg, your local metalhead here. War with Cinema has partnered with Red Circle. If you were ever curious about who we use for podcast hosting, it's Red Circle. I've tried a few different hosting sites, and I've enjoyed my time with Red Circle the most. They make hosting your podcast as easy as possible. If you upload your show, they distribute it everywhere, even YouTube. The best part? Their base subscription is free with unlimited uploads. For a few dollars more, they will help grow your podcast to reach as many ears as possible. Start your podcast today with a link in the description. It helps us and it helps you. If you're not interested in starting a podcast, but you want to help support the show, if you use the second link in the description, you can do a one-time donation or a monthly subscription. There is no paywall. It's simply letting us know you're enjoying the show and want us to continue. Well, now that all that's out of the way, I hope you enjoy today's episode.
With cinema.
Welcome back to War with Cinema. I'm your host, Greg, your local metalhead, and with me is...
Par the Collector. What's up, everybody?
And you decided to do Four Brothers.
Four Brothers, man. R.I.P. to the legend, John Singleton. It's one of my favorite movies he's ever done. Yeah, man, this is the movie that got me in love with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah?
I was just like, yeah, dude, this is it. Like, you know, he had done a couple that I was like, oh, I like that movie, but like, this is the one that I was like, you know what? He might be like my favorite actor at the time.
At the time, yeah, I was going to say. So fun fact right out of the gate. Guess who was actually supposed to be in this movie? Don't worry about it. Ben Affleck.
Was supposed to be Mark Wahlberg?
I probably.
Dude, I'm so glad they went with Marky Mark, dude.
He turned it down because it was too, quote unquote, too violent. But
this movie's awesomely violent. I love that part.
I just thought it was fucking funny. Like, you don't give me a Ben Affleck movie, you give me an adjacent Ben Affleck movie.
I would be honest, dude. I really don't think Affleck could have pulled it off. Like, not hood enough, dude. Like, Mark Wahlberg. Like, he drops the N-bomb in this and nobody flinches. Like,
I didn't really buy Mark Wahlberg. I don't know if it's because I've seen so many of his movies and like I have a certain way of looking at him as an actor. I don't buy him as a badass in this movie.
Oh, I loved him in this, man. He's like one of the best parts of this movie.
So I have never seen Four Brothers. This is the first time I watched it.
I can't believe you've never seen this. Like,
yeah, came out in 2005 as Mark Wahlberg, Tyrese Gibson, Andre 3000, and Garrett Hedlund.
Yeah, he's
but also has
from Friday Night Lights, Terrence Howard. Even the old lady's badass.
Oh, yeah.
She was in the show Brotherhood I used to watch. She's great in that.
And then Sofia Vergara.
Oh, yeah, Sofia Vergara. This is like the first movie she's in.
Yep.
She's so banging hot, dude. She's like fresh in America in this one. Nah, because like she did like a telenovela or some shit for a while down there. So like she was big over there, but this was like the first thing she had done in America.
And then she found Modern Family.
Oh, yeah. Well, she killed it with Modern Family. But, yeah, she's just smoking hot in this movie.
This movie made me realize how much I don't like Tyrese Gibbs.
Oh,
Gibson.
And shout out to the great Taraji P. Henson.
Oh,
she's in this too.
Yep.
She's barely in it. She plays
barely
Andre's
in it.
wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, Garrett Hedlund, he's actually a really good actor.
Mm-hmm. You know he's a music artist now, apparently? Because there's a fun fact. 3 of these people were musicians turned actor. He's the one that was an actor turned musician. So.
Oh wow, that is crazy. I didn't think about that. I forget. It's been so long. You forget that Mark Wahlberg was a fucking rapper at one point.
I'm sure he's trying to forget too.
That's honestly half of why he's in the Hall of Fame, bro. Because like, think if he had never done anything else. Like he was just a pump it up guy.
Yeah.
Like holy fuck. Like that, you want to talk about what? That's sad when you're still the lesser famous Wahlberg. Donnie Wahlberg had a better musical career than you did. Like holy shit.
Yeah. Thankfully, he found his niche in acting.
Dude, I think he's a great actor.
I like him, yeah. Like Fighter. I love him in Fighter.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he can do dramatic, and he does comedy so well. Like, the other guys with him.
So fucking funny.
It's one of the greatest fucking comedies, in my opinion, man. I love those two.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me more of that shit.
Right.
That's why I wanted Daddy's Home to be good, but it just wasn't.
And then they did 2 of them?
Yeah. And Mel Gibson couldn't even save that shit. Like, but that's a duo that I thought like, damn, I need more of that.
Right.
But like, it's not that.
Yeah, but not that way. So I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from this movie because I feel like this is one of those fan favorites. It slides into the hood crime movie.
This is like
archives.
this was like one of my favorite movies in high school. I remember going to see this when it came out, and I loved it. Like, it was one of those movies that, like, I bought it as soon as it came out on DVD.
So I'm going to say it right out of the gate. I did not like this movie.
You didn't like this movie?
I don't like this movie.
I had a feeling about halfway through it, and I was like laughing and enjoying myself. I was like, Greg's probably fucking hating this right now.
I don't hate it, but it's just very like, I've seen this done a million times. If I would have seen it when it came out, I probably would have liked it a little more. It would have like that special place in my...
Hell no, man. I need the story to continue. I need Three Brothers.
They were going to do a sequel called Five Brothers.
Really? 5?
Yeah.
Where do they get the other 2?
Fucking, I don't know.
Jackie's
It didn't
gone.
happen, so...
Spoilers, Jackie's gone.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to be in it. So this movie takes place in Detroit, and this woman, Evelyn Mercer, she is a sweet older woman, and she fosters kids because Detroit's a shithole, let's be honest.
Yeah, because that's what old white women do in Detroit is foster old.
Well, this woman was a fucking saint.
Yeah.
She was very big in the community, and you could tell she had been there forever, and...
Well, yeah, because it starts the movie off her doing a lecture to a younger
kid that's stealing candy.
Stealing Tootsie Rolls. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, like
steal something worth.
That's the worst fucking candy to steal. I was thinking that too, and I was just like, for like the fucking him eating the Tootsie Rolls punishment enough.
Yeah. Like,
but yeah, her and the store owner. You know,
you ever stole anything
as a kid?
I mean,
yeah. Fucking trying to incriminate me over here, dude. Statute of limitations, man. Everything I say, I did 7 years ago.
Whenever Kmart in Plant City was going out of business, I stole a candy bar because I'm like, they're going out of business. They're going to miss this.
That shit was probably expired anyway.
Right.
They weren't even mad at you.
Yeah.
That's kind of shit. Like,
that's one less thing we have to worry about.
They catch you and like they're just like, just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I thought it was getting away with shit, and the security guards just let him go. We don't give a shit.
No, I remember one time my kid stole something out of Walmart, like when they were babies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like because they fucking screaming and shit. You give them something, they shut up. You know. So,
yeah, but you forget to pay for it.
Exactly. You just let like they're just holding it through the whole thing, and then like they set it down, and then you get out and you walk out. Next thing you know, they're like, I don't remember scanning that fucking ball, like that car or whatever. But yeah, not recently. Doing well enough in life, I don't have to steal shit anymore. But yeah, when I was a little kid, like until you get caught, like,
yeah,
I used to sneak the little not Jolly Ranchers, but like little Starbursts or the little ghetto ones. That were, bigger squares.
Mm.
You know, they'd be 5 cents a piece. You go to a little corner store, you'd be taking a handful of them or whatever. I actually stole way more shit in high school, like from the lunch lines.
Oh yeah, that's
a la carte, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'd fucking put 2.
Those lunch ladies aren't going to say anything.
Yeah, I'd put 2 Uncrustables in my pockets,
yeah.
and then like slam a slice of pizza before I get to the front of that bitch. Pay for like a 35-cent milk,
right,
and go back to my seat.
But anyway, so yeah, the old lady's giving this lecture to this young boy stealing, and these 2 burglars come in, and it's the funniest thing because he has a goatee with like a little braided goatee. It's like
they're wearing masks though.
Yeah, but if you see him without his mask, I'm sure there's not a whole lot of people walking around with a little braided goatee walking around.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty funny.
That was part of why Victor Sweet was so pissed off later in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has a great spiel about in-town shooters, and I like that. First of all, I can't. I'm gonna butcher his name. I think it's Amika Ojokafor or something like that. He's a fucking great actor too. He's the one that plays the heavy in this.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Sweet. He's also in Shitwell, Shiwedo, Ejiafor. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm gonna butcher it, but he's a great actor.
He was pretty good in this. I like this. Like I said, I hate Tyrese Gibson. Like, I don't like him as an actor.
Oh, I don't think he's great, man.
No, because Too Fast, Too Furious. Like,
yeah,
I hate him in there.
Those are probably like his most slapsticky roles, honestly. Yeah.
I mean, he's not that bad here, but I still just don't like him.
This is one of the ones I really do enjoy. I like him in this, and I like him in Baby Boy.
Mm.
Like, those are really 2 really good movies that he actually shows some acting. Like, Not like getting Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah. Andre 3000 is great. He's always a great actor.
I was about to say, man, he is really an underrated actor.
I think so too, yeah. Anytime he pops up, he does such a good job.
I remember thinking, like, I was going to hate that Idlewild movie, the Outcast movie, because, like, you know, it's musical and all that shit, but, like, he really did a great job at it. So did Andre, or Big Boy.
Yeah.
You know? They're both named Andre. But, yeah, shout out to Andre 3000 because like he really gives this movie some heart, I think. So anyways, they rob the store and then they murder the mom, so it just looks like a robbery gone wrong. And I love the little intros that Terrence Howard gives all the brothers, and
it's a nice little way to give exposition without spoon feeding it to you.
And I love Mark Wahlberg's vibe in this movie. You know, he's got the slick back hair. You tell he's done time. And he's got this badass, like, 80s Cutlass Supreme that's, like, all fucking jacked up in the back. Like, it's a muscle car, but it's, like, not. But I don't know. It's just, like, I'm fucking with it. And, like, he's wearing gloves through this whole movie. Like, he doesn't want to get his prints on anything.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, but he is, isn't he?
Yeah, almost through the whole thing. There's, like, one scene or two that he doesn't wear gloves. And then you got, so Bobby was like the oldest brother. He was the biggest fuck up. And that's what Terrence Howard says. He's like, I thought he was in prison the last I heard. He's like, and then his partner, who's of course the rookie, he's been in a bunch of shit too. He always plays like the bad guy or an asshole.
Josh Charles, I'm sorry.
And he's like, maybe he got out for good behavior. And Terrence Howard's like, not likely. And it's just kind of giving you a hint at like what kind of a badass what kind of a loose cannon my boy is in this movie. And then you get introduced to Jeremiah, and he's like, I thought you said they were all pieces of shit. He's like, Jeremiah's actually all right. He's like, he was a rising star in the Union and this and that. And then he talks about Jackie, who's a rock star, third-rate rock star, first-rate fuck up. So you kind of get everybody's intro, and they're like, well, where's Angel? And that's Tyrese's character. And they're like, oh, he's a hustler, a soldier. And that's the one thing I've always wondered about this movie. Was he still in the military and just like went AWOL for his mother's funeral? Or what? Because he made it seem like he had just came back from fucking Iraq or Afghanistan or some shit like that.
Yeah, kind of like in Warrior, whenever he drives to his house and he's sitting on the steps. You can tell he like just got back from war.
Right. And that's what I was saying. He's still wearing his dog tags and he's like, you missed your mother's funeral, jarhead, and shit like that. Like, so it makes me wonder if like he wasn't able to get back from the military or whether he just said fuck the military and came back. Because when it does his little cutaway at the end where it's like showing what everybody was doing before the movie took place, it shows Jackie rocking out and it shows Andre getting his ass beat at a fucking picket. And shows my boy. Oh yeah, that's another cool thing about Mark Wahlberg's character. He's like a former semi-pro hockey player.
Yeah.
And all he's known for is beating the fuck out of other players. Like, it's hilarious. So you see,
it made me want to pick Goon.
Oh, I know, dude. I love Goon, man. Such a good movie. Second one, But
I didn't watch it, but the first one's great.
First one is great. Yeah. And so you see Tyrese like. Obviously stolen somebody's credit card and identity. It was like trying to use it at a 5-star hotel. They're like, I'm sorry, Mr. Wong, your credit card's been. So I said, this is my two uncles right there, Tyrese Wong. And then he just he just takes off. So it makes me think that like he was in the military, but he just kind of said, fuck it. Like, I'm not anymore. Or what? I don't know.
I don't know how that works. So I can't say, but maybe.
There's a good little mystery about his character, but it lets him know that like, he is kind of lethal, but at the same time, he's slick too.
Or it's just really bad writing.
I mean, I think out of all of them that had pretty solid stories, he's the only one that's kind of like,
Well, I felt like Jack was kind of like the backdrop of all the brothers. He didn't have a whole lot to do. He was just kind of there.
Yeah, that's why.
That's the only reason I didn't really care for his character too much because they didn't really do a good job of really writing.
I will say that when I went back and watched it this time, this is probably the one thing that I've realized. I was like, they kind of like let you on early to let you know that Jack probably wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I never
get too
noticed that before. Like, we're not going to spend a shit ton of time on Jack's problems because like he ain't going to be after this bitch in the third act.
So once their mother, the foster mother, gets killed, they're like, we got to find out what happened. And I started rewatching it again because I'm like, I just need to, get a better feel for this movie. And for some reason they go to this one gangbangers trap house that looks like a fucking sewer.
Just like an abandoned warehouse.
But it just looks so fucking run down. And it's like comically run down.
Are we gonna do the gas? Are we gonna do the gas thing again? Yeah, we're gonna do the gas thing. It fucking works. These cops is crazy. They shot cornbread. I love that shit.
Can I get a weapon? Here, poke him with this.
Here you go, sweetheart. Careful with that. I love that though. I felt the camaraderie. Like these felt like four dudes that had grown up together. But,
yeah,
they had been estranged for a while because of all their fucked up shit they were doing. But I don't know. I just like it was kind of like it was like four guys that had spent their lives together, but now they were just thrown back and they hadn't missed a beat.
Yeah.
I love how they're all shacked up in the mom's house. And he's like, "You take our old room. I'm sleeping mom's." And he's fucking just boo-hooing and he fucking crying in here, you little fairy. It just gave me like a real sense of like, oh, these guys care about each other,
Yeah.
And they like still do Thanksgiving. And I think that's a cool scene. And shows the mom like telling them like, close your mouth when you eat. And y'all aren't.
Yeah. Did you notice she didn't say anything to Bobby because he wasn't quote unquote didn't accept her being gone. So it's a nice little touch. I like it when movies have nice little touches like that.
Oh, that's what makes that last scene before we go out. Like that's what makes it so great.
Right.
Because like he can finally hear.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, they're eating and then like they're just like, oh man, can't take the feelings. Let's go play some fucking hockey. So that you get a good cool little scene. And he's like, I gotta make a fucking man out of you.
Apparently, all the snow in this movie is real.
Really? I was wondering that this time around.
They shot this whole movie during winter.
I was about to say, in Detroit, I bet it's cold as fuck. Like it looked like it was really that cold outside.
Yeah, I don't think it went above 24 degrees while shooting this movie.
Shout out to John Singleton on location.
Yeah.
He did Boys in the Hood.
Yes.
Oh, because I'm about to say, because he's done some bangers, in my opinion.
Right.
Trying to think of the other one he did that I really love.
He did the Baby Boy.
Yeah, he did Baby Boy. Yeah,
Baby Boy.
I feel like he did Shaft, too.
Yep. He did Shaft.
I was to say, I love the Shaft with Sam Jackson. I don't think that movie gets enough love.
Agreed.
I was talking to my buddy about that the other day. Shout out to Jamie. He was like, I watched that shit the other day on cable, and it was still good, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Jeffrey Wright playing a Puerto Rican drug dealer? Like, he killed that shit.
He actually did Too Fast, Too Furious also.
Who did? Singleton?
Yeah, that's fucking funny. That makes sense why Tyrese is in here.
But it's still not my least favorite, like, Fast and the Furious.
Oh, God, no.
movie.
Like, it still has some charm.
The sad thing is, it's still in my top 3. Like,
yeah.
I think the first one is the best, obviously, by far. Like, as far as, like, what that whole franchise was supposed to be about, I think the first one gives it, like, the best vibe to it.
I'll do the first one, the third one, then the second one, and I can't watch any of them after that. I heard they get better.
I liked Tokyo Drift. I think that gets a lot of shit, but I actually like that story, that little self-contained story that they're in Japan and, the kid gets kicked out and she sends him to live with his fucking dad who went over there and just like never left.
Well, I like it because I don't know why we're talking about Fast and Furious, but anyway, I like it because it takes part in the drift, city. Like that's where
cool
city
too,
was.
I had no idea drifting was that big of a thing, but like
so that was the cool part about it is it like showed where drifting came from and everything. Like the guy that actually like the master of drifting is in there and he drives some of those cars. So I thought it was pretty cool.
They're like, what's DK? Donkey Kong. Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's a good one. And I like the fifth one. For some reason, I like the one where they go to Brazil.
I heard it was good, but I just don't care enough about that franchise to look into it.
But after that, it gets so ridiculous that it's just like, all right, I'm done. The last one I saw was 8. I haven't even seen 9.
Yeah.
Because
it's just too many.
When they dug John Cena up as the long lost brother, I was like, all right, cool. I'm good. I'm good.
Check it out.
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
But anyways, So they go play hockey, and then afterwards they're at the bar drinking it up, like an Irish wake type deal. And bartender, that's where he knows that about those kids that said they saw the lights turn off. So they are trying to find young people that would play basketball up there. So they find those kids in that abandoned house party or whatever, like you were saying, and they take him down to the courts. And he's like, nobody playing basketball at 11 o'clock when the people got killed. He's like, they turn the lights off at 10. He's like, well, we're going to find out about your bullshit. So they take him down there, and it's like 10:03 and the lights ain't off. And he's like, shoot this motherfucker. And then like, right as they're about to pop him, the lights go off. And then the kid, for some reason, just gets all this fucking courage in his nuts. And he's like, questioning me about the lights.
You know the fuck I am.
Tyrese just busts him in his fucking jaw. Shut the fuck up. You talk too much.
That's the one thing I hate about this movie is it's a very like, it's trying to be a crime movie, but it's like, come talk to this person, get information. Go to this person, find out information. Go to this person, find out information. It was just kind of like a boring.
I'm gonna be honest. If they didn't have the little comic relief, I don't think the movie's as good as it is. Because if it's just being completely serious, then it's like you said, it's predictable. It's like you've seen it 100 times. But I think that's what makes it so good to me is just like the little quips in between them. Like I love the chase scene where they go to I love when they go to the basketball game. Mm-hmm. And Mark Wahlberg, he's like, what are we gonna do? We gotta play it. He's like, no, we're gonna fucking wing it. He's like, we always fucking wing it. He just takes the ball from the fucking ref. I got the fucking rock now.
Also, he when he goes to talk to the guy's brother, he's like, what was his brother's name? I can't remember. I just watched it.
I just wanted to talk.
Well, no, he's like, hey, Dominique or whatever, and he holds up a gun.
Oh,
what do you think he's gonna do?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you always want the fucking gun.
What was his name? It doesn't matter, but
it doesn't matter. But it was just funny how he just like holds up the gun, like, hey, he's gonna stop and talk calmly to you.
I thought what was so funny about him at the basketball game was like first because even Andre 3000, he's like, this is Detroit, we're gonna get shot. Because like, and then this fucking little white dude just walks out in the middle of the court and takes the fucking ball and he's yelling shit. And then they go to take the ball and he fucking hits the one dude in the face and then whoa, back the fuck up.
That's what I thought was funny. Like, I know this is a movie, but I was nervous because there's not another single white person in that crowd.
Except Jackie.
And I was like,
And then after Jackie sees the kid and they get him, they grab him, he fucking gives him the signal and he's like, appreciate all your help and support. He's like, y'all have a great day. Assalamu alaikum. And he throws the fucking ball. Like, it's hilarious,
it's
man.
It's silly, yeah.
And then they get the brother and he's like, man, these are my brothers. He's like, nah, he's like my real brother. He's like, these are my real brothers. He's like, y'all white. And he's like, you got good grades, man. Stay in school. He's like, look at this shit. It doesn't even spin. Like, just like little shit like that I thought was funny. So, like I said, even when they go and he's getting fucking attacked by the dogs and he fucking gets it, help me, man, these dogs are gonna fucking eat me. And he hits him with the fucking fire extinguisher. But he lets the fucking Rottweilers loose, but right before they bite him, he's like, don't shoot my dogs, man.
Yeah. Right.
What? Dogs, bro. I'd say out of all the shit that dude did, that's probably the dumbest thing he did was trying to fucking climb down the fucking 8 stories.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
He's on the 6th floor, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and he's, I wanted to talk. And he just chops his ass down.
Well, I just thought it was so fucking silly. They're shooting at each other as he's climbing down the rope. Like, what the fuck?
Like fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Give me some for my eyes, man. Call me an ambulance. No, for my dog bites? No, I'm going to be all right.
That was pretty funny. Like, he does that. Actually, Mark Wahlberg improvised a lot of his lines.
That's what I said, man. Like, he like, to me, he played that big brother role. So that's why it blew my mind when you said Affleck, because I cannot imagine Affleck doing any of this shit.
No,
like,
it wouldn't have been.
You imagine Affleck trying to do that basketball scene, bro?
Well, it was supposed to have been him and Matt Damon. So I guess Matt Damon would have been Jack.
Oh, God. You want to talk about terrible fucking movies, bro? This would be worse than fucking Live by Night. This would be up there.
Geely too.
Forces of Nature shit, dude. This would definitely not have made my favorite Affleck list, like, by any means.
Yeah.
Thank God he did The Town instead.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Hey, why don't we just wait Hey, we'll get you one set in Boston.
That
You
is
can
pretty
do
fucking
thing.
funny. He said he didn't do this for this is because it was so violent, but then he did the town. It's pretty violent.
Yeah, but the town had to be done by somebody from Boston.
That's
like,
true.
And I would have rather him did it than fucking Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Like, that movie would have sucked if Matt Damon did it. The town is perfect. I love that movie. But yeah, so they fucking they go out there, the dude's in the snow, and he's like, Bubba dog bites. And then they're like, all right, well, looks like you're gonna fucking freeze to death. And fucking, he's like, you think he's gonna give it up? He's like, you see that Chinese sparrow hang out of his fucking leg? Of course he's gonna give. And then Jack's looking back, and he's like, what are you doing, dick face? Turn around, like. And he still gives it up, of course, because he doesn't want to die in the snow.
Right.
Oh, and I love Tyrese. Like, they steal everybody's gun after they kill them. They take their guns because they don't have any.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because all of them just got back into Detroit.
Right.
So yeah, they snatch the guns and then they get the hitman's whatchamacallit pretty much.
Yeah, and they go to the club and you see the guy sitting there drinking and another shootout.
Yeah, because like Jackie's a
Well,
dumbass, dude. Like, why the fuck would you just point him out? Like, you just walked in the fucking door. That was probably like one of the biggest plot conveniences. These shooters automatically know like these motherfuckers are pointing at us. Let's shoot it out right here.
Right. It's so stupid. So they get a couple of shots off. They run through the fucking club, and then there's this random ass white guy. Oh, fuck y'all doing?
He's the manager.
He's the man, but it's such a weird shot that I didn't know why they kept it in there. Like, it just feels so awkward.
Is it Mark Wahlberg just like bush his ass?
Yeah.
Fucking punks.
It was just kind of like a silly scene. I like just a little moment. I would have like cut that little bit out. It felt funny.
that is kind of outplaced now thinking about it. But I love when they're I love the chase in the car though.
Yeah.
And he's like fucking up his car, and he's like, my fucking car, man. And then he ends up flipping the motherfuckers like 4 times. And I like how like they told Jackie to hang back because like he still got his soul. Like, he ain't had to kill nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bobby and Tyrese.
The one thing that I hate is they still treat him like he's all of 16 years old. Like, how long has it been? Like, he's a grown man now. You don't have to treat him like a child anymore.
Yeah, but I think
I know he's the young one.
That's what I think it is they all just still look at him like that little brother. Like, they like, hey, man, if you ain't got to fucking go all that way, then don't do it.
Yeah. I get that, but
I think that's what it pretty much was. Like, them just still trying to be the best big brothers, even though they're terrible.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want him to be all the way like them.
Yeah, I guess you're not wrong.
So they beat the living shit out of these guys, and they're hitmen. So of course they ain't saying shit. So they fucking cap them in the cold, man. And it's a really good shot, like them walking back out of the fucking blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
And of course they have to hide Bobby's car because it's fucked. And then the next morning, Terrence Howard pulls up and he's like, we found the two men that we think were responsible for your mother's killing. We found them dead this morning. And he's like, huh, go figure. And, Terrence Howard knows these guys. He grew up with them. So he's pretty much like.
I talk about how much I love Terrence Howard.
Oh my God. He's great in this fucking movie.
He's
man.
really good. I loved him in this.
It still hurt because I almost forgot what happened to him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I was just like, damn, dude, I forgot he went out like that.
Like, there's a movie, I'm sure you know Crash.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
like,
good in that too.
I hate that movie.
Yeah,
but he's so good in it.
Yeah, he's good.
He really sells it.
Oh, fucking Hustle and Flow, man.
Hustle and Flow, yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
You're not even looking, but I have all the pulled up. Iron Man.
I don't even know why they put Iron Man on there. Like, he did nothing in that movie.
I mean,
I love John Cheadle too. And I love, like I said, I love Terrence Howard, but like.
I wish he would have stayed and done War Machine.
I mean, it would have been cool, but I don't know. You know, when you talk about it's like a waste of an actor, like he's like, I feel like he's too good to play a superhero.
Yeah.
Like, it's a waste of his talent.
Yeah, I guess you're not wrong.
Don Cheadle needed that dub. You know what I mean?
He worked with it. He was a good choice too.
I like Don Cheadle, like I said, but he's never been like a leading guy, really. Not until he did that show on Showtime or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, like Terrence Howard, man, he's a fucking phenomenal actor.
Agreed. I loved him in this movie though, in particular.
So he's like, y'all keep, and he's got a great line. He's like, y'all keep knocking on the devil's door long enough, somebody gonna answer.
Right.
Y'all forgot, this is Detroit. And So they do a little more poking and prodding, and they go.
So I kind of, if I'm being honest, I kind of got lost in this movie, like where it was going, what it was trying to say, because I know the.
Well, they figure out that their mother wasn't just a random.
Right, they find out it was now
they want to find, now that they killed the guys that actually killed their mother. Now they want to kill who's responsible for it.
Right, and there's a side plot with Andre 3000,
right?
Like money's exchanging hands, and they think he's a part of it, kind of thing. And this is where I kind of got lost in the woods.
Well, he wanted to start his own business, construction. He wanted to turn his.
Oh, right, because he got a huge payout from her death. Because
he took care of her. He paid her.
He paid the bills and everything like that. So he's the one that got all the money, and it made it look like he's the one that put the hit on her so he could get the money.
Right. Like, you're fucking broke, and next thing you know, mom ends up dead, and you get $500,000.
Right.
Like, he goes, is that a fucking convenience, Jerry? And, like, you could tell that it's fucking killing them because, like, that's their brother. How could you fucking do this?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I paid all of her fucking bills. He goes, I took care of her every day while y'all were off doing fuck off, whatever. And it's a good scene because he just fucking punches Tyrese in the mouth. Because when he walks in the door, they just jump on him like a fucking pack of animals, And it's a good scene because, like, he gets his feelings out and then, like, everything's out in the open. So they're kind of like, fuck. Because they see him give money to one of the fucking Victor Sweet's henchmen.
Right.
And these guys used to be in the union together. So, like, that's why he goes through him, because he, like, feels the most comfortable with him. And he's like, hey, I'm sorry to bother you. Like, you're giving this motherfucker all this money and you're sorry for bothering him? Like, fuck out of here. Well, Bobby and them see it. And then that's when Angel comes in and tells them the side plot of, him owing money to gangsters because they shut because he owns the fucking county and the commissioner or whatever for, like, construction. So he was like, yo, I'm going to come take a piece of this. And Andre's like, nah, I don't do that shit. I do it the right way. And he's like, well, then you're not going to do shit. So he was paying it to get that shit through, get his job site back open so he can make money.
Mm-hmm.
So he was having to pay with his mom's insurance money. Like, he was having to pay these people off. So as soon as he gives this money to this dude, fucking Bobby and them walk up and they fucking take the money right back from this fucking guy. And then that's when they confront him and all that. But right afterwards, the doorbell rings and Jack answers the door and he gets hit in the face with a snowball. And he's like, your mom was a whore. And he's like, you're a fucking dead man, because, like, their mother just died last week. You know what I mean? Like, they're just fucking... still, and, like, he doesn't think, and he runs out of the house. Well, they're all arguing, and then next thing you know, we realize Jack's gone. And they go outside, and Jack takes one to the chest from a fucking 50 cal, like, fucking hand cannon this dude's carrying. And then it's a great shootout, like, and I saw they said this was, like, the hardest scene they had to do in this movie. Like, John Singleton had to draw it up and all that shit. Like,
oh, they used Hot Wheels, I think they said, for the, like, layout, how everything would work.
And, like, they had these big, like drawing boards and shit, because I watched the behind the scenes on it last night.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, like, I love that shootout. Fucking, he has to jump off the fucking second story, kick that gun out of his hand before, and then Mark Wahlberg beats that dude to death with a fucking brick. Good shit. If you haven't even seen this movie, and after this review you say still don't want to see this movie, that is definitely worth a YouTube watch. Just watch out for
God, there's so many
Brother Shootout.
There's so many clips of this movie online. I didn't even realize. I pulled up Four Brothers and, like,
you almost don't even need to watch the movie.
Right.
It puts, like, every great moment in this movie.
Yeah,
online.
you can almost watch it online.
So they have this fucking awesome shootout, and the dude's like, Victor Sweet sends you? And he's like, yeah, thank God. So he, like, puts the gun down or whatever, and he's like, thank God, thank Victor Sweet, and he fucking blows his head off. Well, that's when Terrence Howard's character Green, he's looking through surveillance because he goes and talks to this old lawyer, and then that was who put them on to that city councilman. Who he's in a lot of movies too. He usually plays like a cop or an uncle or something. But anyways, they fucking threatened to set his ass on fire, and that's how they found out Victor Sweet's involved. And then they also find out Angel finds out that that's who's extorting Jeremiah, Andre 3000's character. So they figure out that Victor Sweet's the big bad, and then you get introduced to Victor Sweet's character, and it's pretty fucking savage.
But see, this is where I kind of get lost, is why did he put the hit on their mom?
Because she went to the cops and said, this man is extorting my son's business.
Oh, okay.
And that's what the crooked cop, he tried to say that she was just bitching about like kids spray painting stuff in her neighborhood and like stuff like normal old lady stuff.
Right.
When she was really down there filing a police report saying like, this man's affecting my son's business. She put him out of business. Like, this is wrong. Y'all need to do something about it. And he took the police report and gave it to Victor Sweet. So Victor Sweet said, well,
oh, I don't know how I missed that part, but
if we make this old bitch disappear, we ain't got no more problems.
Okay.
So, because they knew Jeremiah would pay.
Right.
We killed your fucking mother, you can pay. Or, you know, your family's next type shit. So, you get introduced. He walks into this restaurant, and all of his boys and their old ladies are sitting at this table eating. And he walks up, and he's like, oh, as soon as he walks in, the fucking dudes tell their old ladies, get the fuck off the table, like, get out of the table, like, go to their own table. And the big guy who gets the money taken back from him earlier in the movie, he's sitting at the end eating pasta. And Victor Sweet comes up and leans over the table, and it's almost a whisper, but it's not, you know. Out of town shooters. I remember when I said it. Give me out of town shooters. You know why I wanted out of town shooters? Because they get the fuck out of town. You don't pay a hoe to fuck you. You pay her to leave. That's just a smooth ass line, I think. Like, you know. And old boy makes the fucking fatal mistake of taking a bite of food while he's talking. You hungry, dog? Dog gotta eat, right? And he's like, hey, I'm sorry, man. Like, no, you hungry, huh? And he fucking dumps the food in the floor. Eat. Get out there, eat. Makes that motherfucker get on all fours. This dude is twice his size, man. Like, big fucking dude. The muscle.
And then he gets his fucking old lady
And then his
down.
old lady makes the fucking fatal mistake of picking up for her man. Bitch, get over there and share a meal with your man. And when this motherfucker takes the first bite of food off the floor, good boy. Get that shit eaten. Like, damn, dude. Let you just know what kind of motherfucker you're dealing with. Right. So, a little bit later on, we get to see Victor Sweet again. He's playing cards with the same guys in his basement. And the city councilman comes by and he's like, look, man, I ain't worried about the cops. He's like, this motherfucker Bobby Mercer came and saw me and almost set my ass on fire. I'm worried about him. We can't keep doing shit like this. He's like, you tell him my name? Of course I didn't tell him your name. He just knows, you fucking lying coward. I smelled that shit on you the second you came in here. Now go sit at the other table. I ain't done with your ass shit. I ain't done with my hand. And this motherfucker's looking around because there's a kiddie table. Like some kids drawing pictures and shit, or they're playing Go Fish, I think is what they're playing. This motherfucker made him go sit with the kids. And then when he's at the table playing cards with his boys, he pretty much tells one of his fucking muscle, like, hey, man, I heard you getting married to that fine piece of ass. He's like, yeah, I'm finna do it. I'm finna take the plunge. He's like, I'm gonna send you out of town for a while. She bitch is too bad for you. Got to share her a little bit. And old boy's like kind of laughing, like, maybe you could teach her how to cook. He's like, nah, I'll teach her something better than that. It's like just like a real like way of letting you know this dude is a fucking monster.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit. I mean, aren't they all? But...
So then he tells the kids to go get ice cream, and then the bitches leave, and then that's when you know the councilman gets it. So after that, the shootout and everything, Green confronts the dirty cop.
Yeah, playing pool.
And he doesn't bring back up, man.
It's such a lame line because he's playing pool and he's like, you want to take a shot? And Green's like, yeah, I do. It's like, God, it's so fucking cheesy.
You know what, partner? I think your stick's crooked. Working for me.
I was like, it's about to be crooked.
He snaps that motherfucker over his kneecap, takes his gun and his badge, and he's going to, like, I don't know, take him in, you know? Or no, that's the whole thing. He takes his gun and his badge.
Yeah, what do you...
But then just leaves, bro. Like,
right.
And then you didn't tell anybody you were going to confront this fucking guy. And then, like
You're
I
just going to
said,
go back to the station and be a little tattletale.
that's why I said he was like the worst. He was like the greatest worst cop ever, dude.
Yeah.
Like you didn't do anything by like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he takes two to the fucking chest, and this piece of shit fucking shoots down the alley. Shots fired. You know, like the old dirty cop shit. Like,
This made me. What's really funny is it made me think of oh god damn it! Now I can't think of it. The one I was talking about with Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke, Training Day. It made me think of Training Day. I was like, fucking. Of course, it would remind me of Training Day.
Yeah, so that's when you feel bad because Green was a good guy.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve it.
I actually did feel bad. I was like, man, not Greenies. Because he let those guys go like off the hook. He knows they're not bad. They're just trying to clean up.
Well, he knows they're bad guys, but they're not being bad.
They're vigilante bad.
right.
Like
at
they're
this time.
they're taking out the trash.
That's what I thought was so cool about his character, because it was like, if it wasn't for the fact that your mother wasn't such a great person, and I know you're not doing all this and on that, of her, he's like, y'all all would be in fucking prison. Like, I would make sure all y'all were put in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's why they weren't there anymore, because they were all well known for being fuck ups in that town. So after Green gets killed, that's when they know like shit's about to go left. They're trying to figure out a way to save Jeremiah's business, but at the same time they want to kill Victor Sweet.
So Andre 3000 goes and gets the money, and he's gonna give it to Victor Sweet just to just try to wash.
Well,
be like,
knew,
hey, we'll stop killing your guys if you leave us alone. Just take this cash. Is that what it is?
No, well, he was giving them so he would leave the brothers alone.
Or yeah. That's what I mean.
He wouldn't keep coming, because that's what he tells him. He goes, Victor Sweet just going to keep getting more and more people until we're all dead.
Right.
He's like, he goes, you think this was something? He's like, he could make this happen every day if he wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Bobby's like, well, what do you want to do, Jerry? And he's like, how about this? I got a plan. And he's like, you give him that money, he's just going to fucking kill you and take it. And then that's when they get the idea. He goes to his number two. And he says, hey, man, you take this $400,000 and y'all split it, and we'll kill the motherfucker. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's so great about those scenes, because it's like, why are you showing how fucking cruel this dude is, But it's just to show that, like, he fucked over his employees so much that they were like, we won't kill him, but we'll watch you kill him, no problem.
Yeah, you keep biting the hand that feeds you, it's going to turn on you. But I did like the one part. So Victor is tied to the dirty cop. Like, that's how he gets his shit done, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Angel is like, I'll go take care of him. So he sneaks in his house, puts a bag over his head, has him at gunpoint. And then all the cops show up because they hear about it. Because of fucking, what's her name?
Sofia Vergara goes down.
Oh, right.
They send her to the police station.
Yeah, she's like, he's going to kill a cop. And of course, they
send the whole fucking squad out
whole
there.
Force. But this is the part that I did like, is because it was actually kind of smart. He gives over all this information, and Angel's like, I got a wiretap. They just heard everything you just said. So it makes him switch it up.
The fuck out.
Right. I thought that was kind of smart. I like that part. But because he didn't really have a tap, it was a bluff.
Right, yeah. Well, because he knew they wouldn't fucking believe him, because he even says that. He goes, you're a fucking Mercer boy. He goes, I could kill the whole fucking precinct if you were the only witness. He goes, they just make me commissioner or chief or whatever. And that's what he tells him, that, hey, I was recording this. You're probably right. They wouldn't believe shit I say.
Right.
So then he goes out there and he starts shooting at all these fucking cops.
And they're like, what are you doing? We're trying to help you.
So he fucking knees him in the nuts, and then they fucking air him out right in his own fucking front yard. Mm-hmm. Even cops even say to each other, I thought he was the hostage. Right. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked that.
So Angel does this, so now Victor Sweet don't have no cops, no dirty cops there to protect him.
Yep, he has no protection anymore.
And they just bought all of his entourage. Mm-hmm. So they're like, they pretty much, I love what Andre 3000 says. And he's looking at, I like the way you do business.
Oh, yeah. He opens up the bag.
You should have been partners. Could have been sweet for both of us. Now it's just sweet for me. And he's like, we will get down to business. He's like, yeah, what were the terms again? And he's like, you give me this 400,000 and I let you and your brother, I pardon you and your brothers, forgive and forget. And he was like, yeah, they told me I was dumb. that you were just gonna kill me and take the money. He's like, man, he says, you hurt my feelings. He goes, good, 'cause you don't know shit about her feelings. And then he goes, me and my brother, that's when he says it could have been a sweet deal. He goes, you gonna like this part because it really is a sweet deal. He goes, we thought instead of giving you this money, we give it to this some shit about low morale workers or something that. Your disgruntled workers you got behind you here. And it is so cool because they all just kind of like gang up around him.
Right behind him, yeah. And then he's like, fuck this, give me a pistol.
Pistol. The one thing you forgot about me, bitch, I was in the union. I ain't missed no meetings. And he goes, it's cold when you're out here by yourself, ain't it? And then, you know, like the inevitable, like he's just a dog backed into a corner. He goes, the cops know about this. Shit, he's late. He should be here. And then the old boy hits him with the truth. He ain't coming.
Yeah. And then the fucking cheesiest thing that ever happened.
Who's going to do it? Who's going to be it, Charlie?
Mark Wahlberg fucking.
My boy comes out with his mother's cross on, boy.
The way he like appears from like the snow
it's
is
badass,
so
bro.
cheesy. It's so
badass.
lame.
Fucking awesome ass coat too, man. Takes the coat off, bro. I like that too, man. It's very foreboding. Like when he walks up and they're fucking chainsawing the ice, and he's like, "What the fuck y'all doing?" And he's like,
"Ice fishing."
It's part of Eskimo, like the ice fish. And when he knocks that motherfucker out, bro, and they just drop that bitch down in the ice water.
That's pretty cold.
Yeah, I think that's probably the shittiest part of it is they paid $400,000 just to kill a fucking guy.
Yeah.
And walk away because they just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, we'll cover up all this shit, man. That's what your buddy bought. Like, y'all good now. Yeah, like whatever. But so then, of course, the cops. Oh, dude, and like I didn't talk about it earlier, but that's what the dirty cop tries to get on Mark Wahlberg when they come see him. He's like, guess what, tough guy? We found your hair on the crime scene.
Oh, right.
He's like, y'all out here fishing for a false confession with a busted hair or whatever. He's like, man, that's the oldest shit I've ever heard. At the end of the movie, they got him like in a fucking headlock and his fucking teeth all bleeding. Like, we found your hair this morning. He's like, all right, I'll tell you, I did it. Did what? I want to hear you say it. From about 5:30 to 9 o'clock last night, I was banging the shit out of you. They're beating the fuck out of all of them. And then he cuts to Andre 3000. He's like, she wasn't good the first time.
You know what's funny is I don't remember this movie, but I remember this part for some reason.
Yeah.
With them getting beat, and they're like, I fucked your wife.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
He's like, did you say anything? Nah, I say nothing. I did. What'd you say to him? Told him I was banging his wife. I did too. Me too. And I love that part with Taraji Henson, and she's like, that man, you ain't all right. That man put their whole fist in your eye. Did you get some licks in? You know I did. So then they're rebuilding the mom's house, and the same kid from the beginning is out there playing hockey in the street, and said Miss Evelyn ain't coming back. And he's like, nah, she ain't coming back. And because she's dead. Yeah, because she's dead. He's like, y'all have fun, you know, no rough stuff. And then that's when you get the little moment with the mom. She's like, it's good to have you home, son. Think you'll stick around a little bit this time? And then he smiles and, you know, he looks up and we fade to black. And then that's what's cool. You get the little scenes of like what they were doing in their lives before this.
Yeah.
And, you know, you see Mark Wahlberg beating the shit out of like 5 hockey players and, you know, Jeremiah at the protest, and, you know. But like I said, fucking still a great movie. Still loved it. And, you know, if I'm getting technical, this is a Thanksgiving movie. This is a Thanksgiving movie.
Shit, you can have it.
I would feel like we need more Thanksgiving movies.
That's true, we do.
You know what I'm saying? You got Home for the Holidays.
We got a bunch of Halloween movies. We got a bunch of Christmas movies.
Yeah.
We need to...
You even got Valentine's Day. Like, who gives a shit about that? You've never seen that, have you?
I think I did, yeah.
I was going to say, it had
I think
like
the wife showed it to me.
1 million people in it. They even have a New Year's Eve movie.
Oh, yeah?
Well, and then When Harry Met Sally and Sleepless in Seattle, those are New Year's movies to me. But, yeah, they have a New Year's Eve movie. but you gotta have more Thanksgiving in there.
Oh, you put it too early.
What?
You picked the movie too early.
Oh, I know.
We got a month before Thanksgiving.
Well, I had to get this out of the way because my next pick will be a vampire movie. So,
Oh yeah.
I'm stuck between two right now.
I was gonna give you a vampire movie, then I changed my mind. I wanted to stay on track since I gave you Annihilation. I want to give you another one that kind of complements it, but we'll do the vampire last end of the month.
Gotcha.
When it comes to this movie, it's not for me. I'm not the audience. If you like hood crime movies, you probably already love this movie, and if you haven't seen it, you probably will like this movie. But anybody else, I don't think they'll care much about this movie.
I think it's a great action comedy. Like I said, it's
It has moments.
I really enjoy the banter. Like I said, I think it's got the kind of action that I grew up on. It's not overly CGI'd and it's practical for the most part. The chase scenes, the shootouts, like I feel like all that could still be done relatively cheap for movies making. You know what I'm saying?
Originally, the director wanted whenever the Evelyn was getting shot to have like blood splatter come out of her back, but then he changed his mind because he thought it would be too much for audiences.
I was really surprised going back and watching it that they actually showed her getting shot. At all, you know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
I really thought that once they didn't show it at the beginning of the movie, like, oh, we're not going to see it. We know what happened, obviously. But when they show her fucking taking it in the chest and her falling on those bags of chips and shit, I'm like, holy fuck. They really did show it.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I feel like it got the job done. Like, it might have just been overkill.
Yeah, it might have been overkill, yeah.
But if you've noticed that with John Singleton, like, he's got a good way of showing stuff like that, like even in Boys in the Hood. Like, Boys in the Hood's not overly, like, blood and stuff. I don't even think it's a rated R. I know it's got to be because they say a lot of cussing and shit in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than, like, Ricky, and then when Ice Cube kills old boy in Revenge, like, they do he does a good job of showing you the violence without having to, like, really show it to you.
That's true.
It's crazy. The 4 top movies it pulls up are like my favorites that he's done. He doesn't have a huge filmography. But
no, it's not that big, but I'd rather have quality over quantity.
Well, shit, he was a producer or writer on a bunch of good shit too. The Poetic Justice, Michael Jackson's video hits.
Yeah.
Higher Learning. He read that.
I don't know what that is.
That was with that's the one where with Omar Epps and Michael what's his name? Michael, he's a comedian. Yeah, Michael Rappaport. He like gets turned into like a Nazi because he's like a pushover and they're roommates, but at the end of the movie he ends up going to like the top of this clock tower and like starts shooting black people and stuff.
Never seen it.
Oh, that's a crazy ass movie. You gotta watch it.
Maybe you'll pick it one day.
I don't think I own it. Get it?
Yeah. But so what do you rate?
Bone, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I give this movie a 9.
Damn.
Yeah, just because like it used to be a 10, but like I said, I can see some of the flaws in it now.
Right.
But I still had fun. My wife even watched it with me because like we used to watch this movie. I used to watch it all the time. I was just like, I'm gonna watch Four Brothers. This is like probably one of the oldest DVDs I own.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
I don't know what the oldest one I own is, but
like all the stuff from like I don't even think you know what? The one with Bruce Willis that I gave you.
Oh, Hudson Hawk.
No, the other one. Last Man Standing.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's like the oldest DVD I own because that was like one of the first 5 I ever got.
It's true.
I don't even know where I found that fucking thing at, but like I was so happy when I found it. I remember watching that movie with my dad. But yeah, I still love it. I give it it's a solid 9. It's probably a nostalgia 9.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If I seen this back in the day, I'd probably love it and still love it today. But after seeing this kind of story being played out, it made me think of Sleepers.
As a professional like movie reviewer, obviously the 9 is pretty high up there, but that's why it's the par scale.
It's your scale. Like,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
doesn't matter. Like, we're not basing this off of how well
So I'm
it's
saying
done.
IDB and all them, they probably shit on this movie.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes probably shit all over this movie.
Right.
It gets
6.8. That's not bad.
It gets a par 9.
Yeah. But yeah, the R rating scale is based off of our personal, enjoyment of the movie, not a technical.
Right. But yeah, it's like I said, it's a personal fave of mine.
Mhm.
I just wanted I could
Point the microphone at your face because I can't hear you.
when you said you hadn't seen this, I was just like, fuck, he's got to watch this movie at least.
I know
once.
it's been on my to watch list for a long time, but I have to be in the mood for like hood gangster crime movies.
And like we had worked a shit ton this past week. I don't know if y'all did, but I know I did. And I just didn't want to have to think. I just wanted to turn my brain off and enjoy a movie. So
Well, I hope you're ready to think next week.
Oh, well, we're back to normal now, so I'll be good.
Yeah.
You giving me a think piece?
We are doing Arrival.
That's so crazy. I had a feeling you were going to go with that. Like,
Because I feel it fits so well with Annihilation,
we just trade out Oscar Isaac for Hawkeye.
pretty much.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah, we'll be doing Arrival. And plus, it's one of my favorite directors right now, Denis Villeneuve.
I might give you a good alien movie after this.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, instead of vampires, let's do an alien
I was
one.
thinking that, dude. I might do aliens. Hey, you know what I was thinking too? What's your favorite James Cameron movie?
It is, T2.
Yeah, I was going to think T2, but then I was like, man, I really love fucking Aliens. I really do love Aliens.
Yeah.
And I really love
I'm
Avatar.
more of a Terminator guy than I am an Alien guy, although I did rewatch like most of the Alien movies and I have a new respect for them. So I like Aliens also a lot. I like Titanic. I think Titanic's good.
I like Titanic. I don't love it.
Yeah.
But I love Avatar. I think Avatar is
I
good.
fucking hate Avatar.
I'm excited for the new one. I think it took about 10 years too long to get it, but
Well, they're shooting the next 3 like sequentially, so they're going to be released like once every year.
yeah, we've talked about this a couple times, but I'm pretty sure we're supposed to get like a new Avatar movie until like 2030.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, so he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna direct the 6th and 7th one. Like, bitch, you haven't even made the 3rd and 4th one.
I know,
yet. Like,
right?
chill the fuck out, dude.
I was supposed to do that Abyss movie. I started watching it and I was like, ugh,
You do need to watch that. That's a good one.
I wasn't in
forget
that
he
mood.
directs that one.
Yeah.
That's another one that he's just done so many bangers. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, the dude makes money at the box office, so you can't deny him that.
It's crazy. He's like broke his own records multiple times.
That's what he does.
It's just like
He knows how to pull in an audience.
he just sits around with like million.
Billion.
Even in like the fake made up Entourage universe, he's still like that dude.
Yeah.
Like he makes Aquaman and Aquaman's like the Titanic. Like it just made all this fucking money. Are you an Aquaman too? Oh, now they got Jake Gyllenhaal to replace me. Like you've never seen Entourage, have you?
No.
Oh, dude, that's one of those shows that's like so meta but so hilarious, bro. Because like it takes all these celebrities and you think they'd be like one way, but they're actually like completely opposite.
Oh, really?
Like-
kind of
Like Michael Cera and
In-
fucking This Is the End. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a lot of that, dude. Like and like just random ass fucking cameos. Like Bob Saget just shows up in a whorehouse. And they're like, it's Bob Saget. Yeah, man, he's like a regular here. He lives here.
that's kind of funny. I might actually check that out one day.
Let me know, man. I got all the seasons. I'll let you borrow them.
I mean, it's on HBO, so
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
yep.
I was pissed, dude. I swear I just saw this fucking movie on streaming like last week.
Four Brothers?
Yeah.
Probably. It always pops up, and I'm like, I should watch that, and then don't.
And then like I got on there last night to watch it, couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah,
So I had to dig out that fucking DVD. It took me a fucking hour to find it.
I just reorganized my movies into ABC Water because I couldn't find my own movies. So
Because the cheap fucking side of me said, I'm not paying $4 for a movie I know I own.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know I own this.
well, no, that's ridiculous. Don't pay $4 for something you own.
Exactly. So I got it.
But I knew I didn't have this.
No. Well,
I probably still won't.
it's one of those movies that like I see it all the time for sale too, and I was just like, I know it's not like one of those Mandela effects. Like I know I own this fucking movie. It's here somewhere.
Yeah, your organization is chaos. Or there is no organization. It's just stuck on a shelf. But the worst part is you have movies in front of movies, so you have to take them out to look behind them.
Dude, it took me 10 minutes to unlock that fucking finger trap I have of a fucking DVD case. Just
Yeah, they're so tight.
That are packed in there like sardine cans.
Yeah.
I really want to get that custom shelf made, man. But it's just like I have to reinforce the motherfucker because of the weight, because of all these movies. Like,
just hit the studs. That's all you got to do is just hit the studs.
There's only 2 though. And we're talking about like fucking a lot of DVDs, bro.
No, 2 studs, you got them.
I've never sat down to count, but I'd say I gotta have at least 1,200 or more.
Probably.
Like, just one fucking front thing is like $250. So like double that. There's 4 shelves. Like, yeah. And they're up halfway up my wall now.
The crazy thing is you buy like all these movies, even the ones you don't care about. Like most of my collection are movies that I love or have some kind of like attachment to. You just buy everything.
Well, because like you never know when you're gonna want to watch fucking My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2.
I guess, but
you just don't know.
I don't get that.
When you'll want to watch season 3 of 2.5 Men, you don't know. You know, it's just better to have it in case you're not.
Yeah, I guess you're not wrong. I haven't been buying movies because I'm saving my money, so I'm not going to be buying movies as much lately.
And it used to be I would just buy the ones I liked. Like I only had the Rocky movies I liked.
Mm-hmm.
But now I want to get all of them.
Completionist, yeah.
Now I'm turning into completionist, and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it gets that. You were talking about the vampire movie thing. I was so close to picking Underworld.
Yeah.
So close.
That would've been
It
good.
was a toss up between Arrival or Underworld, and I was like,
I'm torn between the Lost Boys and John Carpenter's vampires. Like,
well, I was thinking about it. We can do Aliens during the October months, and then just use November and just do vampires. There's no set
right?
whatever.
Yeah, we could.
I wouldn't.
Our podcast. We do what we want here.
Right. I wouldn't mind a vampire month. It would be fun.
Yeah.
Just to see the different kind of vampire, because I've been wanting to rewatch.
I'll take 2 of the Twilights. You take the other 2, because that's the vampire movies everybody wants to talk about.
That's the only one that matters.
I also thought about giving you Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy, just because I think it's funny as shit.
Well, then I'll give you Vampires with Nick Cage.
He did a vampire movie?
Yep.
Oh, with Nick Cage? I don't know why I thought Nick Nolte for a second. Yes, I think I heard that. He ate roaches for that movie.
I don't know about that, but he went super method. And
yeah, I heard that.
He's crazy.
He real deal ate roaches.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't put it back. I don't put it past him.
He's the GOAT. I want to buy that movie.
Vampire's
Massive
Kiss.
talent.
Vampire's
Yeah.
Kiss is what it's called.
Yeah, that's what that was the one I heard that for.
I see.
He loses his shit to do it.
But then I wanted to do 30 Days a Night. There's so many vampire movies now that I sit down and think about it.
That is a great one too. Very underrated.
You know, I hated it
when I first saw it.
when I first saw it.
I was the same way.
And then a bunch of people were like, it's one of the greatest vampire movies. And I'm like, I think I need to give that a rewatch because I think I was too harsh.
That fucking crazy ass old language they speak.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. No, I saw it at Mugs because I was working there.
Yeah.
And I think I fell asleep during it or whatever. I was like, this movie's boring as shit.
It is kind of boring because not a lot happens in the first half, I remember.
And then I watched it again. I got it on DVD later on and I watched it again. And I was like, this movie's scary as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
The little kid vampires, all of it, man. It just fucks you up.
But I can't do vampire movies without doing Underworld. I love Underworld so much.
It's the great thing about the 30 Days a Night to me is like it's a real thing. Like there probably could happen because there are months at a time that there's no fucking sunlight in Alaska. So if there were, these bitches were just hiding out in caves and shit.
And they'll just be hunting you.
For where you gonna go?
Yeah.
There's no sun. Like you're fucked.
Yeah.
Fucked till mid-February or whatever the fuck it is, you know?
I hope you have a lot of garlic.
A lot of steaks, something. Then the Buffy movie, like I never really was a fan
love
of the
the
show,
Buffy movie.
but the movie is great, man.
I love them. It's
R.I.P.
so
Luke
fucking
Perry,
funny.
man. He's great in that.
So fucking funny. I think about him losing his arm every time.
No, it's when she stabs him.
Oh, he stabs him, yeah.
Oh,
Can we please do Buffy? I fucking love that movie.
He straight up fucking improvised that whole thing.
Yes.
And they were like, oh, that's fucking gold. We're leaving that in. Because it is like that movie's so serious up to that point, and then like My boy Pee Wee Herman just shout out, just fucking kills it, man. Ah.
Oh, I might watch that tonight. Fuck.
That is a good one. It's a low budget one too.
I don't know why we're talking about vampires so much. I don't know what brought this on, but the past like
it was
three
like 2 weeks ago we did something and then like vampires got
ever
brought up,
since.
and then that's all we've been on, dude.
Did you watch the Mario Brothers trailer?
Dude, does that not look fucking epic?
It looks so good.
So good, dude. I'm not happy about the penguins though, man. We're the toad people, man. Like,
They'll
I
probably be. But Jack Black as Bowser kills it.
Seth Rogen plays a voice. I don't know who he's gonna be, but
I'd rather him be Mario than what's
Chris
his name?
Pratt's Mario.
I know, but that's the only like gripe
You're
I
getting.
have.
I don't know who's gonna play Luigi. Maybe it's Seth Rogen.
Maybe.
Maybe he's doing Luigi.
Who knows? But it looks good. It looks like old school Pixar level of animation, and
It looks like they spared no fucking expense.
yeah, that's all I want. I just want it to be good. Like,
I think it's gonna be great, man.
yeah, I just was blown away by the trailer.
I'm gonna be honest, like, you know, in the 80s and shit, like the cartoon show was pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why have they waited? I mean, I guess the movie tanked. The live action tanked so bad.
Yeah, Nintendo is very strict about their properties. So,
But that's one of those things that I've always thought would work great as an animated movie. Anything Mario, dude. Can you imagine a Mario Kart movie? I would watch that shit. Do it like think about it though. Do it like Gumball Rally.
yeah.
And then like they're just all the drivers are just taking each other out and shit. Like I think that would be a great.
Yeah, it's like
movie.
Death Race,
Meets
but
cars, but it's like family fun.
Yeah.
you know, because there's no blood.
it could be fun. Yeah, I guess you're not wrong.
Maybe not a whole movie, but a good part of it, like just like a section of it. Like, hey man, we got this race later or whatever. But like I said, I always thought Mario was one of those characters. Like you could make a fucking fortune of a franchise off of him.
Yeah, they haven't really tapped into it because they won't let anybody do anything with their properties.
A Smash Bros movie would be fucking cool.
There's so much you could do with it.
Yeah,
It's
I
an
mean,
untapped
fuck,
potential.
even Zelda, like especially with like Lord of the Rings being as big as
it would be such a good
a Zelda cartoon, bro. Would go
a Zelda
hard.
movie. Like if someone took the property like super serious and made like a real deal Zelda movie, didn't make it cartoony, just made it like a serious.
Think if they just made Majora's Mask a movie, dude.
Yeah.
You see him put that fucking thing on,
Mm-hmm.
like it'd be big.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about it. When Nintendo makes as much money as they do,
This is because they keep everything so close to their chest. Because if you upload anything, like we'll probably get taken down just because we said Super Mario. Fuck. That's how strict they are. Yeah.
It'd be funny. They just put edits over it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, your video has been taken down for this part, and you singing the song. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Just
Anyway.
take out the 5 minutes of Mario. And
Yeah.
you're good.
But anyway, I don't have anything else to report on to you.
Oh, last thing, and just as you know, see, we talked about Christmas, so we hit all three major holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the trailer for the new Santa Claus movie
No,
with fucking David Harbour playing
I
Santa?
haven't. No.
It looks like Die Hard, but he's playing Santa.
Yeah.
It's the coolest fucking thing ever. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, like Mel Gibson, the Fat Man, but it's like way better.
Yeah.
It's way better, dude. Santa just shows up to drop off the presents, and these people are getting robbed. And then, like, they try to kill Santa, and Santa's like, wrong motherfucker, dude. And then Santa goes to work.
Oh,
It looks
shit.
like the coolest shit ever.
That
dude.
sounds really fun.
It comes out in November.
Yeah.
Like, we might have to go see that.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm always for Christmas movies. I will
Well,
watch every Christmas
David
movie.
Harbour's, I haven't even watched Stranger Things. I heard he's great in that, but like, I thought he did great as Hellboy, and I loved him in The Equalizer. Like, in the DC movies, he didn't really do a lot, but like, I think
He's a great actor.
I think he's a great actor in general.
Yes.
He plays a great fucking bad guy. But I'm really looking forward.
Anytime
to
I
this.
see him, I'm excited because he does such a good job with everything he does.
Yeah, I think he's gonna kill this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was all I had. I saw it yesterday, and I was like, I gotta tell Greg about this, like, so you can watch it on YouTube, bro.
Yeah. I'm so down for Christmas movies.
Yes.
But
yeah, that's all I had, man.
all right, so Arrival next week. Until then,
We'll see you when we arrive there.
shut up. Goodbye.
Later.